Right, good morning fisher people. I'm Alan Norris from FishOn TV. It is Sunday, the 25th of September, and I've just arrived at the Hot and Tasty Cafe in Barnsley, somewhere in Barnsley. Not far away from Wusborough Reservoir, and I'm fishing in a pairs match with our kid. I'm looking over there in tear, David Wood. And it's the pairs that Graham Wall's organising, and I'm fishing for silvers and Dave's fishing for carp. That's what it'll be after. He'll end up with some big skimmers, you know, what you always do at Wusborough. But what a shock. A lot of hard work going off with silvers. Sit down and wait for your tip to go around, steady away, one rod, job's done. Woody. This is how I'll fish for silvers if you want. It'd have been spitting feathers if I'd turned around and said, alright then. It'd have been gutted. So I'm going to get my breakfast, nip to Wusborough, see where I get drawn. Do you know something? I've never fished for silvers at Wusborough. Wusborough. So I've brought all my skimmer gear. I've got three rods set up. I'm going to have two traditional. I've set one up for a method, which I'll probably put a few micros and ground bait on. I just got a feeling now and again you can get some bigger fish off the method, and when it goes funny as well, the method can help out. So three rods. I've got a bait up rod from a short line. Woody reckons 20 metres and 30 metres. So I've set my clips up already because it is a bit awkward off them boards. I've set them up and I can adjust it from there, whether it be a metre or 2 metres, depending on how it feels on the bottom. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take his advice on that. He reckons he had about £20 last time. He reckons that's what I'll need. But I couldn't tell you. I hope I do get £20 plus. That'll be a lovely day's fishing for Nosh. So let me go get some scran, and we'll probably see you at the draw, unless Woody wants to interrupt my video. Make it most at shorts, and I see. I'm not fishing. Right, I've drawn peg 42. It is an end peg. I know absolutely nothing about this side. Dave said I'd only need feeder really. I've just been told it's slightly deeper. I've also been told it's crap, but then somebody else said it's one of the best skimmer pegs. So I don't know what to think of that. And I've not brought my pole. So I don't know what to make of it. Listen, it is what it is. We'll get out there. It's end peg. We'll do like Dave says, 20 metres, 33 metres, something like that. We'll have a look. There's a good chance of some nice bream. If you get them nice bream, you don't need many. I think £20 it'll be decent if we can get £20. So it's a bit of an unknown for me. I've normally come here and chucked out for carp and done all right. I've had some nice days here. So it's bream today. I'm looking at the weather. There's hardly any breeze whatsoever, and I am wishing I'd brought the pole, but I haven't. So let's get some skimmer fishing done on the feeder, and let's see how we get on. See you on the bank. Right, we've got 15 minutes to go. I've just got my hook lengths to put on. I'll show you what I've got. Right, here on peg 4, it is the end peg. And when I got here, I mean, I spoke to Dave, and Dave says, don't bother with pole, just fish out and out feeder. You'll more than likely get pestered with a lot of small stuff on pole. It seems deeper here than it does on the other side to me. And I'm half wishing I had got the pole. And it was flat calm when I got here, and I was really wishing I'd got the pole, but there's a breeze just started to get up, and apparently, I've just looked on my phone, it's going to get up quite a bit more this afternoon, sort of 12 to 15 mile an hour. Now if that does happen, yeah, you can still fish pole, but it makes it more difficult. But I've just got the rods set up. I've got two 12-foot feeder rods. I've got one black, I'll show you, black parabolics with a Preston extremity, 010 braid. That's the method. That's the Midi 4GS, again 520 extremity. That's my bait up feeder, 620 extremity, and that's the Gray's Prodigy 12-foot carp rod just for baiting up. And this is my Map Jewel 11-foot rod, and I've got the 4000 XH just because I didn't have another 520 extremity with braid on. Two cracking rods, the Map ones, really like them. Bait wise, casters, live maggots, live pinkies, worms. I've got my ground bait ready to bait up, a few micros, hooks, dead reds, and all my little feeders, different kinds of little feeders in there, lots for different kinds of presentation that I want. Block end feeders, cage window feeders, block end window feeders, tiny little window feeders. So, oh, my timer and my clicker, oh, we need those, yes, yes. Landing net, heat net, coffee behind me and bits and bobs. I've got some worms in the back there. I've got some red worms as well if I need them. So let's have a look at the peg. It's end peg, and as you can see, the wind has just started to blow a little bit. It's not strong, but it's lovely. It's just starting to blow that way, which, me being an end peg and that guy being an end peg over there, we will be happy. Excuse me. Now David is not phoned me to tell me where he is, but I can see the Midi man gear. He is the Midi man. I think he's drawn in that section, counting up, I think so. He's not in with those guys. Those are the favoured pegs, 1, 2, that sort of area. I think he's in this section, which is perfect. He'll be happy there if that's Dave, I'm pretty sure it is. Lines I've got, I can, if I want, feed short by hand, or whatever, however I want, if I want a short line, but I've got 20 metres and 33 metres. I'm actually over there, so I've got one there and one slightly to the right. Just so, if I'm catching fish, I'm not pulling fish straight over the short line. So my idea is to put 6 feeder full short on the 20 metre line. First of all 3 long, because I always, wherever I bait up first, I don't like to put as much in, just a few. That's where I'm going to fish first. Bait up quite heavy, so it's like a negative stroke positive attack on the long line, because I'll be having short cast to start with, so that's been positive. So three sort of, I'll show you the feeder fulls. 3 of those, or that sort of size, out there, and then I'm going to put 6 of those short and rest that, and have a good hour or so long, hopefully catching, and then when I come short we'll have a few there. So that's the tactics. 16s and 14 hooks. I've got 12s if I need them, but I think that should be just about right. Let's hope we get a few fishies. So good luck David Wood over there, get it smashed kid, and good luck me. We have got some mighty anglers down here. Don't know the names, but they're all mighty. The fishermen, of course. Right, we'll see you during the match. Right folks, I'm on my 5th cast. We're half an hour in. I had no signs whatsoever. All I've done, I've just put a little piece of chopped worm on, and 1.5 minutes in, I've just had a lovely little pull round, and all I've seen caught so far to my right is a few small bits. This feels a bit better than a small bit. I'm hoping, he says. A bit awkward because I've got a wall behind me as well. That's it. Some call it a skimmer like this gentleman behind me, but I'm going to call it a bream. So that's not a bad little start folks, we'll have that. And I don't believe that's why it felt funny, it's actually foul hooked in gill. Can you believe it? I thought it felt funny. Let me just get this out, it's come out, unless it went in gill after I got it in net. But there we go. I'll get the fish in anyway. There you go folks. Right folks, I've just got onto my short line, 2nd cast. Oh you bloody thing. That was just pulled out. Can you believe it? Yeah, a nice skimmer that. Wasn't the biggest, but it was a nice skimmer. Have it. Bloody hell. Back out we go folks. It is evident so far it's fishing quite difficult. The guy to my right has had 2. I still think the ones that I've had, I'll just try the 1 baggy this time. I still think the one that I've had is bigger than his 2. I've seen a couple of small fish being caught. Nothing to shout about, I don't think. I've got to stand up to cast even at 20 metres because of this wall behind me. Lovely jubbly. Oh, that'd be bloody nice. Nice little skimmer that. I had to guess it was like half pound or something like that. Just the way it felt. A sensitive little bite. Didn't really pull it round, it was just enough that I thought, well that's definitely on. Just pulled out. Woody, fishing for care. Oh, just a pole bang over there. Woody's run me, he's had 3 skimmers on fishing for carp. Could do with them. I've tried hybrid out there. I had 1 indication, but I had the odd liner to start with, but no liners at all in the last sort of half an hour long. I'm just going to give that a little rest. I've been casting, start with every 2 or 3 minutes, and then I'm leaving it 5 minutes, then 6 minutes, and I'm just going to rest it now. Just give it a little rest and try this line, just see if we can get 1 or 2. You know, I keep seeing landing nets go out, but they're landing small, tiny little fish. I could just do with a few more of those that I've had. There we go. lost fish, semi-skimmed. Nobody likes to see that. Let's see if we can get another one, eh? Right. Hooked into one, put a worm head on. A couple of casts later, this from the last one. And it's gone round. I think it's another, it feels about the same as the last one that I had. Might be a little bit bigger actually. Not sure yet until it comes in. A decent scrap up. Oh, it's the same size as, just a little bit smaller than the last one that I had. That'll do, folks. Hey? There you go, folks, nice little bream for you. About £1.5 fish. There we go. No, it's my second one, but it's fishing quite hard, I think. Right then, folks, we'll get back in. Right then, folks, gone on to hybrid. Dave has been just 2 secs, Pat. I'm just on camera. Right then, folks, I've just gone on to hybrid. Dave's catching bream and skimmers on hybrid, and I've just got this. Just thought I'd give it a go. A few micros. Only trouble is, you're worried you're going to get a carp, and carp don't even count as a pound, but that'll do. Nice little bream. And I've not seen a great deal of fish being caught, if I'm honest. But there we go, folks. So I've had 3 of them, just on the Ringer's chocolate yellow. And we'll keep plugging away, folks. Right, I'm going to get off because there's a gentleman talking to me as well. Right, we've got a couple of hours to go, just short of 2 hours. I've got the 3 bream, lost one. Dave thinks he's winning his section. He's got a carp and some skimmers, and he said he got one on. I don't know whether it was a bream or a carp. He thinks he's winning his section. I've absolutely no idea how I'm getting on here because I'm like miles away from him. But I've not. The guy to my right, I've seen him have a decent bream. It looked about 2.5, maybe £3. He's had a small skimmer and some small stuff. I keep looking to me right, man. I'm not seeing people swinging fishing all the time or anything like that, so I've absolutely no idea how I'm doing it section. I think I've got £5-ish, maybe a bit more. Not sure. It's difficult to gauge them bream. So no idea. I think it is fishing quite difficult, but I don't know. I can't really tell because I'm looking this way and they're all to my right. If I keep looking over there, see how people's getting on, see how I'm sort of doing in my section, I've missed bites. But I'm not getting many indications at all. I'll just get the odd one. I'll get the odd liner. I just had a liner earlier, with a good liner, so I've just come a little bit shorter. But just nothing, no indications whatsoever. This guy's into another one here. Look at it, they're catching on poles, these guys here. Yeah, he's just got a little skimmer, about 5 or 6 ounce. And I've had no signs, no little jabs, no roach or anything showing, no typical skimmer roach, small fish type stuff going off whatsoever. It'll be a liner, and then I've had 4 decent pulls, and that's it. So just thought I'd give you a little update. Dave's doing all right. I need to get my finger out. I could just do with some more of these bream turning up. Keep alternating lines. I've had 1 on my short line, 2 on my long line, and 1 of them's been on the wafter. I stayed at wafter for another half hour, never had a sign. And the bite was just out of the blue, it was a drop back bite. which I could have easily lost because there were some geese coming across just as I lifted up, and it got wrapped around its leg. And there was somebody talking to me. So there you go, folks, that's your update. I definitely think I need a few more fish. I'm not sure. I couldn't tell you how I'm getting on. Right, there we go, folks. Just on my first, well, I think it's a small fish, I don't know, it's can't really tell. It feels similar to the last one. I'm hoping it's a decent sized skimmer. Felt small to start with, but I'm beginning to change my mind. It's a nice fish. Oh, it's not a bad skimmer, that. I'll take that, folks. I'll take that. Swallowed it. Very tiny, tiny little bite. There we go. Well, that'll do, folks. Let's get back in. Let's get another fish. I just primed a little 5 metre chuck. And it's been in 30 seconds. I've just gone on it and it went round. Nice one. So I'll have to give that one, folks, another go. I won't stay still. There we go, lovely little bream. Give it another go, folks, yes. We've got just short of 40 minutes to go. I got liners to start with on my first little chuck, and then that, yes. We can't complain at that. I can't believe how tiny the bites are. They're really tiny little bites. And it's literally just a 5 metre chuck. It's slime off. There's not long to go. Slime everywhere, so that's 6 decent skimmers. 24 minutes to go. Let's hope we can get a couple more. Let's get back in. And I think on one of the casts, I think there was a carp down there. And I think it laid on its back because the line was laid funny and it felt really heavy. Definitely what a fish. People walking past. Let's see if it goes again. I've got my hood up and all because since that wind's got up it's got a bit chilly. It's just a little, I think this close in it would go right round, but there's little taps. few micros in with my ground bait. And when I have had a bite, it's come within like 20 or 30 seconds. It's like this, I'm not leaving it much more than a minute. Just a couple of dead reds knocking about. That's all I'm doing. It doesn't look like it's going to go this time because when I've left it like this, I've just not had a bite. So in and out all the time. Let's see if we can get one or two more. Folks, we're all weighed in. Oh, it's just rattling, just get that off the window. All weighed in. I've had 6 bream for £10.7 and it's been no good in section. There's been a 12, a 16, a 20 and a 21, so I think it pretty much puts me the last or second last in section. Dave has managed to sneak in win his section with £37, fishing for carp and skimmers or whatever it takes. I could only fish for silverfish. Now I only took the feeder rods, and every time I looked to my right I didn't see people spooning them out, but apparently in the last hour I've had my back to them most of the day because of where the angle is of where I was fishing, so I couldn't really keep my eye on them all the time without not looking at my tip. They've all been fishing pole, and the 11-metre line has kicked in, and I think in the last sort of hour and a half or so people's been getting some lovely bream out, up to £4. Kyle, who's partnering Nick Speed, I think he had £21. The guy next to him to my right, sort of 3 pegs away, he's had £20. And I spoke to him, he never had a bite on feeder. I think it was a mistake not to take the pole, and the only reason I didn't bring the pole in the van, which I always have it in my van, is because parking somewhere I didn't know, I didn't want to leave my van unattended, so I thought, well, I'm only feeder fishing today, I won't take it. Now I'm sure from what I've seen, I caught a few at 6 metres towards the end, and I've caught a few at 20 and 33 metres. I just weren't getting enough bites. I had the odd liner knocking about, but I just no roach bites, which I find unbelievable. Single maggot, pinkies, bits of worm, no roach. I just don't understand why. Is it a good area or not? I don't know. I was end peg, had plenty of room. It's deep enough there. I expected more than what I actually caught. I will say I'm pretty sure if I'd have had like an 11, 10, 8 to 11 metre line, I'm pretty sure I would have had more fish. All ifs and buts. I think it's a case of get myself back here, fish the pole and have a look and just see what I think. First time I fished that side. I've never fished pole here, always come for carp feeder fishing. So I've let Dave down there, unfortunately, so sorry Woody. I don't know what else I'd have done different. Fished it tidy enough, accurate with casting, not too much bait. I had a positive line and a negative line, and neither seemed to work, so did my best. That's all you can do, folks. They will say they are lovely little bream, them though, sort of £1.5 to £2 something, and there is bigger in there because I've had them when I've had them on the hybrid feeder. It's been a great competition, so Graham Wall, well done for organising it. Thank you very much appreciated, sunshine. I'm guessing Nick Speed and his partner will be up there. Nick Speed was on peg 1, the prolific peg 1. We think he's won his section with that with £60. Knows this venue inside out, so I'm assuming they've won. I'll see if I can get the results off the internet and post them for you. So it's a shame I couldn't have come mid-section, second, third, something like that, but I didn't. Still enjoyed it though, folks, still enjoyed it. A bit frustrating not getting the bites that I expected. What can you do? Right, where am I next? I'm at Lindholme Lakes for the Aero Ledger Cup, sponsored by Shimano, so looking forward to that. I'll be seeing Nick Speed there. I'm going to chat with him before the competition, let you folks know what it's all about. So it's feeder and bomb, and you can use catapults, and you can handball baiting, so a new concept to sort of feeder fishing. Quite interesting that. So that's at Lindholme Lakes. See if I get a good draw there and see if I can do a damn sight better than today. So thanks for watching, folks. Hope you still enjoyed it. Don't forget, it's absolutely free to subscribe to my channel, and if you click the notification bell you will get all our videos as we upload them, and a thumbs up would be very, very nice. So until Tuesday, take care, folks, and don't forget, fish on.